Hi, my name is Cheryl. I'm a student with the Education 4251 course, and today I'm going to be giving you a presentation regarding a series of workshops that I'm designing. So this series of workshops that I'm currently designing is based on diversity and inclusion. The target audiences for these workshops include adult learners, both within individual personal settings as well as within organizational settings. The learning theory that has been applied to these series of workshops is that of constructivism, and it is really focused on authentic learning and like a higher level of learning. The series will be delivered in a blended format of online format of asynchronous and synchronous tools. It will include a variety of virtual tools and a variety of various communication methods, which includes communication learner to instructor, learner to learner, and then learner to content. As I mentioned, the design approach for this series of workshops is really focused on the constructivism learning theory, which really illustrates that students are not blank slates, that they come with lived experiences and skill sets. And so this approach embodies constructivism as well as an objective-based educational design, or OBE. An OBE is focused on the learner and what the learner will need to accomplish this educational experience. And again, a higher order of thinking. And so this design approach encourages autonomy in learning, continuous engagement, and continuous assessment. So some of the tools that I utilized for the design of this workshop series includes a course outcomes guide, as well as a 3-column table, which you can see on the slide here. The workshop parameters for this series is really based on a need to create opportunities for participants to learn about diverse and inclusive practices and how to foster inclusivity personally and within organizations. Simply recognizing the need for diversity and inclusion is simply not enough. Whether it's globalization, technology, COVID-19, the diverse consumer, changing workplaces, marketplaces, communications, virtually all aspects of society reflect the growing need to create diverse and inclusive environments. Some of the biggest challenges in organizations that the economy continues to experience is relevant skills development and then misaligned skills to match the needs of the economy, as well as not fully realizing the full potential of diversity and inclusion. So research indicates that lack of diversity in executive positions, decision-making, hiring, and policy lowers the success rate of organizations and provides a disservice to the greatest asset of all within organizations, and that is the people. Not applying a growth mindset in personal and professional practice within these areas will continue to stunt growth. Environmental, social, and governance needs, also commonly known as ESG, really looks at incorporating diversity as a forefront in major corporations across Canada and globally, spanning many, many sectors. And outcomes of this workshop, as I mentioned, the goal is to really use strategies and approaches to create inclusive and diverse organizations, projects, and relationships. So let's take a moment to look at the delivery of the workshops. As you recall, I mentioned the higher level of learning I was hoping to reach that objective-based educational design, or that constructivism. I mentioned some of the tools, such as the course outcomes guide, which is really based on a taxonomy of significant learning, or Fink's taxonomy. And so let's take a moment to review some of the teaching activities. The teaching activities that will be incorporated include face-to-face engagement tools virtually, the use of journals for personal reflection and focused and engaged dialogue, peer-reviewed and professional materials and handouts, as well as the application of real-life exercises and scenarios. Learning activities that will be utilized within the workshops include a learner-focused approach, learning by discovery, project-based learning, and autonomy. So a big portion of the workshops are going to incorporate direction that the learner seeks in determining projects and goals to reach outcomes. And a variety of online tools to enhance feedback and engagement will be utilized, as I mentioned, in both asynchronous and synchronous settings. And this includes Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Screencast-O-Matic, podcasts, videos, as well as presentations. An evaluation will occur in a formative assessment and evaluation approach that will be utilized in all stages of the workshop, so before, during, and after. Some resources will include informal check-ins, rubrics, daily presentations, journal entries, self-evaluation, and really a collaborative approach with the learner to determine best ways for assessment and engagement. My role as an instructor is to really be present and to allow the facilitation for learners to thrive, to create an environment to guide and facilitate and empower, and to create that space. Thank you for taking the time to review my video and tools. And in closing, I'd like to share with you some references that I pulled together for this presentation. Thanks. Bye.